everyone, welcome back to my channel. Why does my voice go funny every single time I start a video? Let's try this again. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all okay. Really enjoyed uploading last week. It was really fun filming a weekly vlog. Thought I'd kind of continue doing this, and then if there's anything in particular that I want to film as a separate video, then I will, but very much just kind of winging it, coming back into YouTube. I completely forgot how long it takes to actually edit a weekly vlog video. In case you haven't noticed, I speak a lot of rubbish, and therefore there's a lot of editing involved. There's a lot of ums and ahs that get deleted, because apparently I say every second sentence, and no, every second word actually, and I'm also very repetitive, and so I'll be recording for like 15 minutes, and then when I go to edit it, I realise I've said the same thing like 40 times in that 15-minute segment, just said differently. So we're working on that, gang. Today is Monday. Joey is at home with Marco again today. Marco and Joey have actually gone food shopping. They've kind of got into like a really cute little habit actually, where Joey goes down for a nap at around 11, half 11. At the moment it's kind of any time between 11 and 12. On a Monday morning, we all get ready together, we have breakfast together, and then Marco takes Joey food shopping, and then they go to the garden centre and have a look around there. Marco's got into a little bit of a habit of buying Joey like a soft toy of some kind while he's there, and last week he came home with this ginormous dinosaur. The dinosaur is literally the same size as Joey, I kid you not, and Joey has it in his bed, and it's the cutest thing ever now, because every night he goes into bed and he rolls over and he cuddles his little dinosaur and gives it a kiss and then goes na-na, as if he's saying na-night, and it's just very, very cute. So God knows what they'll come back with today. I'm hoping not another soft toy, but I am hoping fresh cream cakes. So winner, winner. So that's where they are right now. I'm having, this is going to sound, I feel like I need to phrase this correctly, because I feel like this is the kind of thing that I could say that might get a little bit misconstrued. But I'm having a little bit of a hard time at the moment, because, not a hard time, is a hard time the right phrase? I don't know. But basically, I think I said in last week's vlog that Joey has really kind of come to grips with the word dad, and he is all about Marco at the minute. All about him. All he wants is Marco. Marco so much as leaves the room and Joey starts whinging, walks up to the door going, Dad, Dad, Dad. If I have him, so like if Marco's not in the room, he's absolutely fine with me, and he wants to be with me, and he's just as affectionate. And first thing in the morning when we get him into bed with us, he is just as affectionate, and he still gets in and gives me a cuddle and all the rest of it. But the rest of the time, all he wants is Marco. Like, we will be doing his bath at night, and I will be reading him a story, and we have some like bath books, and usually I am the one that does that. I bath him, I mean we both bath him, we do it very much all together. I do the bedtime story however, and that's still seemingly fine. He gets a little bit upset when Marco leaves the room, but then as soon as I start reading to him, he's in my lap and he's absolutely golden. But in the bath now, like any toys, anything like that, if I try to play with him, he literally takes them off me and gives them to Marco and will not hand them to me. So I'm now not allowed to play with them at bath time. If Marco's in the room and we're playing, he doesn't want me to be involved. He just wants Marco. He wants to cuddle Marco all the time, and it is lovely. Like, it really is lovely. Like, I could not ask for a better dad for Joey than Marco. He is phenomenal. Like, he really, really is. I think the baby stage Marco found very hard, whereas now we're in the toddler stage and Joey's very interactive and he's getting involved in a lot more, like, and they seem to have, I know Joey's a bit young to have like common interests, but it's little things like when we're out on a dog walk, if Joey sees people playing football, he stops and he looks and he points and says ball, 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 and he will just stand there watching them play, which obviously for Marco is amazing. Like, Marco loves that he's getting to stand there and watch the football already. And so yeah, Marco is really loving this stage, and it's beautiful, and I am so glad that they have the bond that they do, and I'm really glad that that bond means that I can go work in London for, you know, the day or whatever, and I know that Marco is absolutely fine here. I know that bedtime is absolutely fine. I know that Joey's not crying for me, anything like that. It means that, you know, I can go out. I went out on Friday night, and it was nice knowing that I know that if Joey woke up in the night and Marco needed to go in, that that wasn't going to be a problem. And it is just generally beautiful seeing their bond develop. But in the same breath, I'm finding it so hard, and I'm really trying. My washing machine is being so loud, I'm really sorry if you can hear that. I am really trying not to project my own kind of insecurities and my own feelings onto Joey. Like, that's great, and I don't want him to think that he shouldn't be going to his dad at all, but every time he does it, it feels like a little dagger in my heart. It really does. And I'm finding it really hard not to get jealous. You know, I know I shouldn't be for all the reasons aforementioned, but I do. Like, that's just the way I feel, and I feel quite neglected, and I feel quite, I've spoken really openly before about that. You know, I've just finished therapy. I've been in therapy for a long time. I have a lot of issues with people pleasing. I have a lot of issues with feeling like I'm good enough, and I feel like this is really testing that therapy and really testing those feelings and the tools that I have to deal with those feelings. So yeah, so even to, like, every Monday I wake up, and as much as it's lovely that they have a day together to spend together, there is part of me that feels really sad that I'm not part of that, because because I love my family days, and we only get one day a week that is dedicated to the family. That washing machine, I swear I am going to hurt it. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just it's a really weird thing to navigate. Like, I always expected it. I knew it would happen, and whenever I've done Q&As, people have said, you know, how do you feel about, you know, has Joey ever reached for anybody else, and how does it make you feel? And at the time, I'm like, no, it's not happened to us, and I didn't expect it until we were maybe closer to 2, but we're nearly 18 months, and that's what we're getting already, and it's really hard for my little insecure brain to handle. So yeah, any tips on that would be great, because I really don't want to project onto Joey. I also don't want to be that needy mum that's like, please love me, give me all your attention. I don't want to be the toddler to the toddler. So yeah, I don't know. Really digging into that therapy toolbox here, guys. Anyway, I have a mountain of work to do today. I was going to go to Starbucks and work in Starbucks, but I can't decide whether or not I want to do that or not, to be honest. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna crack on here, and then if I cannot concentrate, then I am gonna go out and work in a coffee shop. Not gonna pretend it's a big bougie coffee shop and not Starbucks, but I always seem to be able to focus there, whereas at home I'm too interested in what Joey's doing and Marco's doing, and want to be involved in that, because I don't like being left out. Who's that? Who's this little monkey? Peekaboo! Mummy and Daddy are tired today, aren't they, Joey? Pop! Yeah, how many times did you wake up? Pop! Yeah, you did wake up Dad too. Did you wake up once? Did you wake up twice? How many times did you wake up? He woke up twice. But he has slept until 7 AM, so we can't complain too much, can we? Are you going nursery today? Yeah. Yeah? Oh dear, Mummy is going to have her hair cut today. Guys, I did a thing. Spent the morning working at the salon, and Marco chopped off my hair and took it back very dark, and I'm very, very happy with the end result. I was going to vlog the entire thing, but the salon was so busy, and yeah, I just didn't, to be honest. I was too busy working, in all honesty. I absolutely love it. It has been in desperate need of a good chop for a really long time, but my hair had been the longest it had been in a really long time, and it was really hard to part with it. So today I just took the plunge, and I just thought, you know what, sod it, let's do it. I've been toying with it for a long time, so yeah, we've just gone ahead and done it. And I think colour wise, I just got quite, I loved my hair when it was bright orange and it was that real coppery colour. I absolutely adored it, and then we took it a little bit darker and went for more a cowboy copper look. I didn't love it, I didn't hate it, it just wasn't, yeah, I don't know, I didn't really feel like me with it. So I decided to take it back to more like my natural colour, so that we could just kind of let it grow and just restore it and put some more time and effort into looking after it rather than messing around with the colour. And honestly, I love it. I thought as soon as he did it, I would be like, oh my god, what have I done? But actually it was the total opposite, and I was like, finally, it just feels so much healthier, it looks so much healthier, I feel more like me, which is a great thing. And yeah, so now I'm just kind of very much on a hair care journey, girls, where I'm just going to be spending time, effort into actually looking after my hair and trying to get it, yeah, in a way that's easy to manage. I feel like my hair is so thick that blow drying my hair would take like 25 minutes at least, and then styling it would take another 25 minutes on top of that. So doing my hair would take like an hour of my day, that now, although it's still thick and, you know, that's not going anywhere, the length should hopefully make it that little bit easier, and yeah, we will see. But I absolutely love it. And yeah, so surprise, I am now sat outside Joey's nursery, so I have to go pick him up now, get him home, snack, dinner, bed, the full routine. Yeah, I can't wait to see him, really excited to see him. So look at the size of this coffee. This coffee is the size of my entire face. That is how tired I am today. I already had a mug, but the mug wasn't big enough, so I have just got a new mug in order to have my coffee, just in case anybody's interested. The washing from last week still hasn't been folded and put away. It has now just been added to. I am planning, oh god, I am planning on getting some time, hopefully today, but I am very busy today, but today or tomorrow, to fold it and put it all away, because it is getting ridiculous now. I finish work tomorrow for a week and a half, and I'm very, very, very excited about it. I would really love, it's Easter this weekend, so I would really, really love to do some baking with Joey. I've seen at nursery this week, so Joey likes to get involved in the cooking. When I'm cooking, we have like a toddler tower and I get him on there and he'll help me with the mixing, or if it's something that he can't help with because it's really hot or something like that, I will get him his own little bowl and a wooden spoon. He makes an awful lot of noise, but he loves it. And at nursery this week, he's been making like Easter cupcake, Easter cup things, like just chocolate in cornflakes, and yeah, made little Easter bits, and I'd really love to do something like that with him over the weekend on my days off with him, so I need the island free. I have a really busy day today, so this morning Joey woke up like 3 or 4 times last night, and then I woke up, my nose was suddenly blocked, what the hell. Yeah, so 3 or 4 times last night, woke up early this morning with him, took him to nursery, I've come back, I had to record a podcast episode for Gaia, I've now got work to do, I'm then spending my lunch break recording the season finale for Am I Overreacting with Annabelle. I then am working all afternoon, and then I have a podcast to record for Gaia this evening once Joey's in bed. So I'm working quite late tonight, and I am just feeling drained. I cannot tell you how excited I am to have the week off next week. I booked it off because it's obviously Easter Monday, that it works out that by taking 3 days leave I have the whole week. And then I'd already booked Monday and Tuesday off the following week because it's Marco's birthday on the Tuesday. So it meant that Monday we could spend together as a family, and then Tuesday on his birthday Joey will be at nursery and Marco and I can do something together perhaps. But I'm literally spending next week decluttering the house, sorting everything out, trying to get on top of it because I just feel so overwhelmed. I can't tell you. So yeah, it's wild. So I thought I would give you a little bit of an update. People who follow me on Instagram will already know this, but one of the comments on my video last week was basically asking for an update on where we are with IVF and what our decision was, because although I've discussed it on Instagram, I haven't discussed it on YouTube, and obviously it's not the same people on both. But ultimately, what we have decided to do, we have decided that we are going to have one more transfer and then that is it. We have decided to move our embryos. We are in the process of finding a clinic. I'm pretty sure we know which clinic we're going to go to, but we need to start having consultations and things like that just to try and get the ball rolling. We have to move our embryos before June. We have decided to move them because even though we're only having one transfer, we still don't feel comfortable with paying the prices that we're going to be paying if we stay with CRGH. As much as they are a fantastic clinic and I really, really rate them, I'm not willing to pay that much money. I would say I am 90% confident that we will be moving them to the Evewell. I think we had a call with them before we qualified for the NHS treatment, so we'd already spoken to them, we already loved them. If it hadn't been for the fact that we were deciding to go abroad because we didn't know how many more cycles we were going to need, we probably would have gone with them. I really liked them. I've worked quite closely with them over the last kind of few months through work and then just in general. The podcast episode that went out this week was the lab manager of the embryology team at the Evewell. I did an Instagram live not long ago with the head, I believe she's the head of the embryology department at the Evewell. Every bit of communication I have with them has just been above and beyond, and I feel like they have a really person-centered approach. They have an approach that's very different, I think, to other clinics. They really want to break down the barriers between the embryology team and the people, and although, you know, we're not going to need the embryology team as much because we aren't going down the fertilisation route, I just feel really comfortable with them, and I just truly believe that the whole team really cares. So I feel really quite confident with them. I know a couple of people who have recently had frozen transfers with them, and they've kind of sent me their breakdown of costs, and it looks much more, they are a more expensive clinic than some of the other ones, but I feel quite confident in them, and I think their prices are a bit more reasonable compared to others. It's cheaper than CRGH, but also you still kind of pay for that standard of care that I don't think would be compromised between the two. So it's about like finding a happy medium for us. We have decided to only have one transfer for a multitude of reasons. Marco would quite easily be one and done. Like, when we speak about it, like, he would love more children, but he doesn't love the idea of doing IVF again. And so if I was to say to him, look, we're done, I don't want to do any more, he would be perfectly fine with that. But in equal measure, he is more than happy to have another child. So the more we spoke about it, we kind of compromised, because we've got the 4 embryos, we kind of compromised on having 2 transfers. But then the more I thought about it, and once we'd made that decision, I actually decided that I didn't want to do any more than 1. And so I've been very much the driving factor in this, the driving force even. I love the idea of having more children, but Joey is enough, and I am really confident in that. And I almost feel like I could be one and done. I know in my heart that I'm not, and I know that the reason I'm not making that decision, and the reason I'm saying I'm not one and done, is because I know that in a year, 2 years time, if we don't do it now, we never will, and the time will have passed, and that's it, it's over. As I've said before, I've turned 30 this year, and I just want to close that chapter now. I want this whole fertility chapter over and done with. It doesn't leave us much time. And I feel really happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm overwhelmed, I'm tired. I wish I didn't have to work and all the rest of it, but I am happy, and I feel like just doing the one and having one shot, and if it isn't meant to be, it isn't meant to be, feels like the right decision for us. I feel really confident in that decision. I will probably still pay for the storage of my embryos for a couple of years before I've decided what to do with them. We are quite confident in what we would do with them. At the moment, feel like I need time to process the result, whatever that may be, and then make a decision on our embryos. If it works, then I probably won't, but if it doesn't work, then I just feel like I don't think I will be ready to make that big of a decision that soon after. It's not in the immediate future. We are going to start having consultations within kind of the next 6 weeks, I think, but it won't be until later in the year. Marco's going on a stag do in June, July, kind of end of June, early July time, I don't know. He's going on a stag do in the summer. They're going abroad. It has worked out very expensive, and so we just decided that we would wait until after then. It gives us a bit more time to get a bit more money behind us to build up that savings pot, so that savings pot isn't going to be obliterated when it goes to IVF. We would like to have the saving pot for IVF, but then also have a little bit of money on top of that before it potentially works and we're saving for maternity leave. I don't want to put myself in a financially precarious position. We are looking at moving house in 18 months. That is very much our sole focus at the moment, is making sure that our finances are in tip-top shape, ready to do that. So we just want to make sure that we always have that buffer. I am really okay with this decision. I never ever thought I would be. I never ever thought I would be sitting here telling you guys that we're only going to use one of our embryos. Like, I really didn't think this would be the path for me, but actually I feel like it is, and we will try, and if it doesn't work, we can say that we've tried, but if it does work, amazing, we have another child, which is what we both want. So we'll see how it goes. My coffee is now going cold, so I am going to stop recording. I'm going to get my head down for the next hour before I record my podcast with Annabelle. So yeah, I feel like I don't stop these days. Like, I just feel like it's a constant, I am on a very, very fast train that I can't get off. I love being on the train, but sometimes I wish it'd slow down a little bit. I really, really do. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. Joey woke up at 5:20 this morning, so I am feeling slightly exhausted. He also woke up twice last night. It seems to be a daily thing right now, and I am shattered. So we've spent the morning in bed, to be honest, reading stories and with a bit of Bluey on. It's now 7:15 in the morning, and I've just come downstairs to make Marco my coffees and to just get Joey's stuff sorted for the day. He's at nursery this morning, so I'm gonna go upstairs, sit in bed, have my coffee, and then do the mad nursery rush. I just feel exhausted, but it's my last day at work today, which is great. I'm very excited to have some time off. So yeah, I've got a busy day. Then my father-in-law has got Joey this afternoon. I'm hoping that the weather holds up so he can put him in his pram and take him out for a little bit and get some fresh air and just be outside. But we will see. It's England at the end of the day, and it could be sunny in the morning and torrential rain in the afternoon, so I guess nobody knows. What I do know is that I need coffee injected into my veins today, so if anyone knows how I can arrange that, please let me know. Guys, I'm feeling I'm feeling so weird today. Like, the only way I can describe it, like, I feel really jittery. Like, you know when you've gone out and you've had far too much to drink, and then you wake up the next morning and you just kind of feel like cold and a little bit like, not shivery, but like it almost feels like your heart and everything inside your body is like jumping up and down a bit. That is how I feel today, and I don't know why, and I don't know if it's like an anxiety thing. Like, sometimes I get a bit jittery if I'm feeling anxious, but I don't really feel anxious. I don't know, I can't really explain it, but I feel very, very strange today, and I don't know what to do about it. Started work this morning. I've literally just been editing podcasts for work this morning, and what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I have a lot of that to do on the basis that I'm finishing this evening. I want to finish at 5 o'clock and then just call it a day. Like, I don't want to have to think about work next week. There are a couple of things that I need to do for work next week. Again, more podcast related. I've got 2 episodes that I need to record during the week. And the way that it falls, I just need to do them. So other than that, I haven't really got any work to do, but I want to finish at 5, and I want to actually be able to pause my notifications and just enjoy the time. So I feel like today is very busy. I have texted my father-in-law this morning and been like, oh, are you taking Joey out this afternoon? Hint, 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 please do. I just find it easier. Like, when I haven't got loads to do, I'm fine with them both being in the house. Like, he has him here, which just works better for everybody involved. So he has him here, but when they are here, I'm very conscious of everything that's going on. Like, I trust him implicitly, but you're obviously hearing lots of different things, and if Joey's upset and my father-in-law's struggling to calm him down or whatever, then I tend to get involved. Or if I hear him upset, then I can't help myself but go downstairs and be like, does he need a snack? Does he need this? Or if I hear him shouting for me because he knows I'm in the house, like, I get quite distracted. So the general working week is that I try and get as much as I possibly can done by the time I go and pick Joey up and my father-in-law gets here. But this week it's a lot harder because there isn't really anything that I can kind of put off until Monday. Yeah, and I just have a mountain of work to do anyway, so I think it'll be quite helpful to have them out of the house. Joey's in bed. It's now 10 to 8, so he's been asleep about half an hour. I tried putting him down a little bit later tonight because he's been waking up at 5:30, so he seemed okay. So I thought maybe if I put him down that little bit later, he might give us half an hour's grace in the morning, but we will see. He was being a little minx this evening and was just, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have probably seen my stories, but I kept saying to him, can you say mama? And he can say mama. He's coming on with his speech a bit now, and there's quite a few words he can say, and mama was his first word, but now he seems to love saying dad, and all he wants to say is dad. And so I spent the evening going, can you say mama? And he'd go dad. And I'd say, and mama? And he'd go dad. And this went on for a good, I want to say 5 minutes, good 5 minutes before he eventually went mum. But yeah, I was feeling a bit down in the dumps today and text Marco to tell him I was feeling down in the dumps, and he's earned major husband points because look what he's come back with. I've actually never tried, have I tried this? Have you got me this before? I don't think I have, so I've never tried this before, but I am a big lover of a Terry's chocolate orange, so I'm very, very excited to try this. So I am going to eat that in one sitting this evening. I did a Q&A on Instagram today, and a lot of people were asking me how my weight loss is going for IVF, and I think this is the answer that you need. However, somebody else, actually, Marco, here we go, somebody messaged me today, and I had a lot of questions asking how my weight loss was going, but somebody had messaged me to say, oh, you can tell you're losing weight, you're looking much slimmer in the face. I was like, yes, success. Don't know how. Don't know how. But also, the reason he's got more than one brownie point is because he also came home with this. And I would be lying if I said that I did not have it in me to eat all of this as well. How much money? You wouldn't bet against it. I have the biggest sweet tooth known to man. It's actually a bit of a problem how much I love sweet stuff and I can eat sweet stuff in one sitting. So I definitely could. Like, it's not a flex, it's not something that I should probably rave about, but I could easily eat both of those in one sitting. So I'm going to try my very best not to. If there's not an update in the vlog tomorrow of how much is left, then it does mean that I've eaten more than I am willing to admit. So if there's an update, it means I did well in comparison to usual. It is now 10 to 8. I do still have work to do, and I've still got to edit the podcast, so I am going to sit down now and get all of that done, or as much of it done as I possibly can. I just want to enjoy my time off. I really do. I cannot tell you how ready I am for this time off, and I think I've said that about 50 million times in this vlog, so if you're not aware, I have the week off next week and I'm very ready for it. Happy Friday, everyone. I have just got back from swimming with Joey. We had a really fun morning, actually. He's been going through a bit of, I think I said last week, but he's been going through a bit of a funny phase with swimming at the minute, in that some weeks he loves it and other weeks he just isn't interested in any of it whatsoever. But he really enjoyed it today. It was Easter themed, so they get like these great big mats out, and they all had like felt bunnies on them and bunny tails that they had to go pick up from the pool and put on the mat and things like that, and he just really loved it. So it was great fun. So he has been down for a nap for the last kind of 10 minutes. I've just made myself a coffee and I'm making it my mission while he's napping to try and get as much of this never-ending pile of washing folded, my lot and Marco's lot put away, and or at least just taken into the bedroom, not necessarily put away. It depends how much time I have for that, because I have an endless pile of clothes upstairs that need putting away. So I'm folding all this washing because I need the island this afternoon, because Joey and I popped into Lidl on the way home from swimming to get some bits for baking. So I just got one of those, usually I really love baking. We got like a kitchen, I mean, it's not a KitchenAid, it's the Kenwood one, a couple of years ago, and I really love baking and I like making everything from scratch. But as I'm doing it with Joey, I got one of those boxes that just come with like the ready-made mixture, and you just have to add like egg, milk, butter, whatever it is that you need to add. So we are going to be doing that this afternoon, which I'm really excited about. I've baked with him I think once, and he didn't really get involved, whereas we've got his like kitchen helper learning tower thing, so I'm gonna do my very best to get him involved. And you know, my intention was to do like some Easter baking, but I'm absolutely not comfortable with Joey having mini eggs yet. So we've got one of, it's like a salted caramel tray bake, but I'm going to use the Eating with the Kids loaf tray and just make like 12 mini loaves with it, and then put the buttercream on top, and then I got some sprinkles that Joey can just go wild with. But I wanted to get the island clear because I am under no illusions that this is going to be a clean task. So you've got that to look forward to. Right, I'm gonna crack on with this washing because I feel like the more I talk to you, the slower I'm going. So yeah, let's crack on and do this. Yeah, right, what are we making? Chocolate and salted caramel. Should we show a bit? So this is what we're making. So it's a Dr. Oetker kit because, like I say, bang, 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 bang. Like I say, I didn't want the mess of, yeah, trying to make something from scratch. So, right, are we ready? Preheat the oven, we've done that. Assemble your baking tray. We need the baking tray, Joey. Mix together in a bowl the baking mix, eggs, milk and butter. Right, do you want to give this? Right, ready? Are you going to help me? Can we pour that in there? Oh, clever boy! Give it a shake. There we go. Oh, we've got some of it here. Oh, okay, that's one way of doing it. Look, let me show you. Go crash, crash, crash. Try again. Ooh. Try again. Crack. Woo! Well, that's one way. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so can we get this ready? And can we pour it into there? You gonna help? You help Joey do it? Yay! Clever boy. Right, keep mixing. Yeah, you're stupidly hadn't refreshed my memory card, so it stopped, yeah, stopped filming halfway through there, so I do apologise. But the cake is now in the oven. Joey is sat eating his curry. We did end up using the cardboard tray that it came with because I think there was a little bit too much mixture for the loaf trays. So yeah, we just decided to stick it in there, so that's done. I am covered in chocolate. Joey is too. Joey did start licking the spoon. I decided that wasn't a fight I wanted to have. Hello guys, it's now Sunday, so this vlog has now finished, but my memory card ran out of space before I'd finished the other one. I had planned on kind of editing it yesterday and then just kind of adding a bit on the end, but things didn't happen that way. Joey was point blank refusing a nap yesterday, so it ended up being a drive around nap, which meant I didn't get it done. So I've been editing this morning, and then we've been at my in-laws this afternoon for Easter. So yeah, I just thought I would pop on just so that there was an ending to the vlog and not me being cut off mid-sentence when my memory card ran out. So thank you for watching. Like I say, I'm off this week, so I'm really excited to do some different content, and yeah, just another weekly vlog maybe, but with me actually being off work, and I'm going to try and film a couple of different videos in with that too. So thank you for watching. Do make sure that you click the like button and that you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next Sunday for another video.